put it back in that place.
You got it?
Yep. So,
Okay.
so hey everybody.
Take a seat.
So right
It
now,
should be more toward.
yeah, Fifer, do you want to show the background, just the Star Wars background, just real quick, just wave the camera.
Oh
around.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
We're in
the
Star Wars.
so we're about to be joined by Steve Lucas, but Steve and this is Katherine Harris from Microsoft and Fifer Garisi from neurohaxor VR, and I'm Micah Blumberg from San Francisco Virtual Reality. Steve is updating his Windows computer at the last minute. He had a force update, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
So he'll be in a minute. So.
Okay.
All right. So the inspiration for this talk was, I've tried Void when it was Ghostbusters in New York City, and I tried it twice. I tried it on 2 different times, but the second time I tried it 3 times because I really liked it because it's like it's location-based entertainment, and you can have up to 4 people at the same time. Everybody's wearing a headset. We're gonna have 4 people. We have 3 people in here right now, but we're all in different locations, right?
Yeah.
And but
You want to say where we all are?
yeah. So where are you?
So I'm up in Seattle.
Yeah.
So hi from Seattle. It's cold. I have a heater by me. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard it's really cold, and you were adjusting because you moved there. You used to live in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah, I used to live in the Bay Area, and then I moved to LA, and now I'm in headquarters at Seattle.
And the cold was really tough to adjust to. I heard. Following
Yes.
Your posts online.
If you're not used to it, yeah. But I'm getting there. Yay!
So I'm calling in from San Francisco. And Fifer, are you in Oakland right now or San Francisco?
Yes, I am.
Oakland?
Yep, Oakland.
Okay.
Yep, just went to the Women's March. Beautiful sunny day.
Women's
Good day
March
for revolution.
Was there
in Seattle as well?
There was a women's march in Seattle?
Yep.
Okay,
Same time,
and there was
I
one
think, as the LA one.
there was one in Oakland, Fifer?
There was, yeah.
And I was at the one in what is it called? San Francisco. In fact, I can share a photo with you real quick if you want to see it.
Yeah, I want to share a photo too. How do I do it?
Maybe you just go into your menu and
Media?
yeah, I think it's media.
Mine's on Instagram. I wonder if Instagram is connected.
I think unfortunately only Facebook is connected right now, but
I have to wait until they link their Insta capabilities.
so I feel a little bit
Okay,
silly,
it's
but
loading.
here's a photo of me.
Here we
Here's
go.
a photo of me in there. Oops, what happened to this?
Oh, I should have taken my 360 camera to the march. What was I thinking?
How do I
Oh,
put my
let me-
Steve photo as a...
Let me do it.
Whoa,
So,
that's great.
isn't that great?
Wow, nice pic.
Yeah. So
So many cats.
So, Fifer, if you want to grab the camera and move it around so the folks at home can see the whole. This was the Women's March from Oakland that the Fifer took today.
So that's me, IRL.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
And a lot of people know Fifer as a,
Right there.
A lot of people. Oh, yeah, she's right there. She's right down there. Do you see, Kat?
Oh, hello. The
Yeah.
table was blocking you
Camera.
from.
Just
Yeah.
like I am right now.
That's
And then
sweet.
just went to Lake Merritt. It was beautiful. The rally started at Lake Merritt, which is like, kind of over there. And there were different speakers. It was very beautiful and intersectional. Speakers of all types of intersectional feminism, which was great. And then we marched to Frankigawa Plaza downtown.
Wait, Steve's here. Let's have him join.
Yay.
So I will.
I wonder where he'll...
Oops.
Do we need to readjust the, Whoa!
Oh.
Hey, Steve.
So Fifer, could you adjust the camera?
Hey, Steve, do you want to adjust the camera? So
Oh,
that,
yeah. Camera. Oh, whoa. Look at
there,
that.
Fifer has it.
So
We have an audience.
So Fifer, if you want to introduce Steve real quick. This is the Women's March from San Francisco.
In Asaf.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was there. Fifer went to the one in Oakland, and she took this 360 photo that we're standing in. And Kat went to the one in
Seattle.
And so where are you calling us from, Steve?
I'm in San Diego.
You're in San Diego. Great. So, welcome to the discussion, Steve. So we were inspired. Let me show you this Star Wars photo. So we were inspired because Star Wars was at the Void. There was a VR experience with a 4-player VR experience, and so I really like the Void with the Ghostbusters. But I wanted to talk to Kat and Steve about because you both got to try the Star Wars experience at Downtown Disney, and I wanted to see ask you what was that like, and what do you think about the future of location-based entertainment for VR or VR arcades? So take it away.
Cool. Well,
Steve, do you want to go first?
Yeah, well, what I really like is that after we went through the experience, I wanted to talk to people about it. And, of course, I talked to Kat because she was in that. But I also wanted to be conscious of spoilers because this was such a new experience out there. So, all right. So, this is awesome because now I feel free to be able to talk about the experience as long as the audience is aware that these are going to be spoilers for anyone who hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like me.
Spoilers.
No, we don't want to. We don't want to be spoilers. No spoilers. But,
Yeah, I'm gonna be going down to Downtown Disney. Is that the place where you guys went?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's where they saw it.
Do you want spoilers then?
No spoilers.
Or no?
No. But no.
I mean, well, that's hard to then
talk about the experience.
Well, I mean,
but we'll try. We'll try without spoilers then.
So I can do like the non-spoilers version would be like when I went to see Ghostbusters: The Void. I remember that there were physical doors that I had to open up in VR. That I reached out with my real hands and grabbed the doors and opened them and saw the virtual version of the door opening up. And I went into like an elevator and I felt the ground shaking and it lifted me up somewhere. And so the sort of the types of scenarios that you would get from, without I've never tried Star Wars, but the types of experiences I would expect. There's lots of physical, motors and different things that sort of are tricking you into having a more immersive experience that you would get from a stay-at-home VR experience. Lots of haptic tricks. So maybe you could sort of vaguely reference the types of experiences.
Do you want to start then, Steve?
Sure. But before that was a good intro with Micah. Then, Fifer, why don't we talk about what we've seen prior to the Star Wars Void experience? What Void or immersive type of VR experiences have we done that are location based before we walked into it?
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried the Dreamscape experience when I was demoing at the World VR Forum in Switzerland, and that was really the high point for me was you had a torch. I'm not a big fan of guns, so there weren't any guns in this experience, which I was very happy about. You had a torch, so you could like hold your torch, and the tracking was good enough on your fingers and on the torch. You could throw your torch to another person, and they could catch the real torch. And so that was pretty epic for me.
Yeah, that is epic. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Was that with your VRs?
No, it was with some custom rig, and everybody had everybody had a computer on their back, and but it wasn't integrated into a true like location-based environment, because it was at a conference. It was just in like an area. There weren't any real-life obstacles, which I think is a big plus of real LBE.
Yeah. No allergies or anything in virtual space too. It's nice you're like out in the world.
And Micah, you said you did the Ghostbusters one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say, whoa. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm getting random notifications. Hold on.
You can continue. Sorry.
I could say that, in general, I say that maybe, so I went to VRX, which is a conference, VRX Intelligence, and there was a speaker out there from this, they make this VR app called Raw Data, and the company is called Survios. Have you heard of that? They were notable because they sold 1 million copies of their software on Steam VR, but Survios was also Raw Data. See, the thing is, Raw Data was actually part of the IMAX location-based VR arcade at IMAX that lots of people got to go try. This was before Star Wars came out at Downtown Disney. And so what I learned in the talk was that for as much, even though they sold 1 million copies of raw data on Steam VR, which sounds like a huge amount, and it was a $40 game, right? What happened, what they told me is they made far more money selling their software at the VR arcade at IMAX, because people were just bringing their kids and they were just in VR all day long, and everyone wanted to keep going to the VR arcade.
Dang.
So it's interesting that the future, and there's a lot of other stories like this at the conference where people were saying that that's where developers are making the most money, is at VR arcades. And so that could be very much the future of VR for at least a couple of years. And so it's a really good topic to talk about, your guys' experience at the Star Wars VR arcade and in general what people are experiencing, because it really could be the future of VR, where the money's being made. Oh, Laura, the VR girl, says good job. Hey, Laura. She's the VR girl.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Awesome.
So,
cool.
So tell us more. Tell us more.
Yeah.
So
before the Star Wars Void, then what LBE Location Based Experience VR had you done?
I'm trying to remember if I've done zero probably. I hadn't really done a lot of location-based VR just because I have all of my own headsets, and whenever I go to conferences, I want to hang out with my friends and talk to developers.
Okay.
And I rarely get to actually go and see the experiences.
What's going on over there?
What's the point? What happened?
I love how Micah's like, wait, what happened?
So Laura was saying that she could barely hear me, and so the interesting thing is
that's way better.
Yeah, so
that is way better.
I'm leaning in towards my laptop because the microphone is on my laptop, not on my headset.
Is this? Are you vibing in?
I'm vibing in, but the reason is because I have this TV cast and the microphone. No. The microphone isn't enabled.
Just got shut down at the Oculus. Wait.
What?
Uh-oh.
What happened? Let's put this one back up.
Oh. Nice fireside chat.
Yeah. Oops. Wait. So Fifer lost us for a second.
Had to bounce.
No,
she got shut down by the Oculus police, whatever that means.
Oh. That's weird. Well, I'm sure she'll be back in a second. And I'm inviting her over.
No.
It was weird. So what happened was she was noticing that she was getting booted out, but we still saw her saying her last words before she disappeared from our point of view.
Oh, that's so ominous. We heard her last words before
she's back.
Hey, back. We actually saw you saying, I got caught by the Oculus police or something. It was funny.
I thought you got caught because you're vibing in.
No. No. So what's great about this Facebook Spaces software is this is the first software from Oculus that is designed to be compatible with the HTC Vive. So you can actually download it for your Vive.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Not through Steam, through Facebook, and you do it separately.
That's right.
So I'm downloading right now in my Vive since I was having some trouble getting into my Oculus. You can't see recording, but that's my room.
Yeah.
I realized that was really because I've been at your house before, and I was like, oh wait, no, I'm not there. I'm at my own house. It's been a really long weekend. Anyway.
And by the way, if you want to find more 360 photos that you want to share, we'll go ahead and pull them in.
Oh goodness!
I was also gonna.
What about the one I sent you?
It didn't. You can grab that and bring it in. The one you sent me came up as a 2D though.
I was gonna ask you.
Other
location-based VR that you've done.
Yeah, so I've actually probably done the most out of all of us, it sounds like, because in Samsung Developer Conference, I believe it was 2016, and they had a location-based experience at the party, which was a Mayan temple. And it had a torch, so I'm not sure if this is the same one Fifer was doing, but you had glove controllers, so you were actually able to see your hands with full hand tracking, and be able to put objects that also had tracking on them and move around. That was really cool. And it was still more of a physical experience using OptiTrack, motion trackers. And then I've seen the other two Void experiences, which were the main one also, very popular in location-based VR, the Ghostbusters, and then now I've done the Star Wars one. So what the Void does very well is reskinning the physical world and adding in more sensory elements like heat and
wind,
and
different textures.
Yes, the touch for when you're walking around, and then shaking the ground, and I know that depending on where you go with the Void, then they also do some manual experiences where, again, without any spoilers, you've done the Ghostbusters, right, Micah? There's an area where you're walking on scaffolding, and it's like and it's moving. I think that's actual people moving those, but it's such a great experience where you're seeing something. Yeah, I believe so. I didn't take out the headset, but just understanding what they were doing.
There were so many times that I wanted to take off my headset, and they had a scaffolding-esque. Sorry, trying not to spoil things.
Right.
They had a scaffolded part of the Star Wars experience, and I was very scared to fall. I was like making sure that I wasn't going to, and then
they had
I
that
realized
with the
afterwards
Ghostbusters
I could have just stepped off. I could have just stepped off. Nothing would have happened.
Right.
Or maybe it would have been like an inch or two. But I'm kind of upset that I didn't take that opportunity to feel around areas that.
Yeah. I remember that there was some experiment where someone put a little platform. This isn't location-based VR, but what they had done is set up a little platform just like a few inches off the ground, and had you walk on it in VR. And then if you felt the edge of the platform, then you got freaked out because you looked down in VR, you would see that you're like on the top of a rooftop, right?
It's like someone's plank experience, like Ralph's experience or something. Yeah.
So when you tried it, you'd probably be like, "Oh my god," and then you'd be more freaked out.
Yeah, so. But like, I know we know like, the back end technology, like that they can't do anything that's like miles down on the ground.
Right. You know
I wish I had tried to break the smoke and mirrors of it, but I didn't because I was so immersed and I was so invested and the presence was so good that I was just like, yay, I'm in Star Wars.
And you've seen Prestige, the movie The Prestige, where you say you want to be fooled, and this is a lot like that.
So
it was also at Disneyland where you want to be fooled all the time anyway.
So when I was in New York and I was at Madame Tussauds museum where I tried the Ghostbusters in the Void, I did take the headset off and I looked around and it was a very plain room. I mean, it was undecorated.
Yeah.
And it seemed really simple, and it definitely it was like looking at like seeing the magician's trick. Like it's actually better if you don't take it off. I mean, unless as an engineer, and if you just want to see the engineering behind it, then it's something to appreciate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
But for immersion purposes, I mean, for some people they don't want to take it off, and some people who are more on the engineering side, like people who work in Microsoft, they do want to see it because it's geek value.
Hence the reason I was like, I should have taken my headset off, but it's fine, whatever.
Well, I hear they're rolling it out to more cities, so.
Well, what was cool is that not only did they have the one-to-one mapping, but the objects in the room were also being tracked, and were also, I think, pretty much to scale and design. Like, I was feeling around the rivets. You have blasters, so I was feeling around the rivets of the blasters. It was pretty accurate, and then I gave my blaster to Steve so he could dual wield blasters, which was amazing because there were some puzzle experiences in the Star Wars Void experience. And so I was like, I don't even care about shooting. I want to play the puzzle. And the buttons and levers that I was pressing were real. And so the feedback was just so cool. And you get to see these characters and these locations that you're so invested in if you're a Star Wars fan like myself. So
me too.
Very, very cool.
I'm a Star Wars fan. Fifer, are you a Star Wars fan?
I love Star Wars. Not huge on the new series, but Star Wars.
Like
I'm into that.
Oh no, I have. Oh my gosh, I can debate you on this all day.
All right.
I really like
Bring
the
it.
new ones. So I really like the new
what do you
characters
like
of the
about
new
them?
ones. The only thing I dislike is the tone of the newest one because it felt more like a
Like
Marvel
Kylo
movie
Ren?
tone.
Please tell me you
I-
don't like Kylo Ren.
I like the connection that he has with Rey, and I don't like him as a character, but that's his character's purpose. I don't think most people are supposed to like Kylo Ren. Like, I think he's supposed
fair.
to be annoying and whiny, and people are supposed to not like him. So
Right.
he's doing a great job. And yeah, I was like, I love those scenes where he like connected with Rey. Spoiler alert for people for the newest movie, where he like connects with Rey, and because it's just all the new things that they introduced for the Force, like that Force connection, Force projection, and expanding the universe that kind of was already expanded upon that they destroyed. Because in the original extended universe, you guys, there's a lot of cool Force tricks. What?
Do you want to bring the camera
Star
closer?
Wars on your head?
There's a star.
Oh, sure.
Steve
I
moved
don't-
it far away.
A
Okay.
little further back.
So I don't
So
think
they're-
guys. I was
they're
trying
in
to
the
fix that
room.
360 photo that I sent you, but no scripts.
Oh,
Uh,
I mean, I need to like go back into Premiere, re-export it. Just not the move right now.
Okay.
So.
so,
Sorry, I was like, oh, it
Yeah.
looks like I can touch.
the sky?
No, the Star Wars person.
Oh,
That was
Fifer
from my
and I.
perspective.
Fifer took
that.
my star.
Oh, yeah. Well, turn
I'm
your
sorry.
head
No,
around.
no, it's
Sorry,
fine.
I can hear
It's
you.
fine. You can do
Get
it.
back
Yeah.
in the hair.
But
Wait,
the
watch this.
You put
perspective
your
is
head.
also, so I can like, yeah,
You
his
can actually
head.
Just-
duplicate it, and then you can have one.
What?
Yeah.
Aw, that's sweet.
Alright.
See, abundance for all.
There you go.
Yeah,
I feel like we got
Wait.
ninja star on the forehead.
Is this a Star
There you
Wars
go.
thing?
It's just this.
I guess.
Oh, got your hand.
Oh, sorry.
You can decorate your avatar.
Oh, I can't throw it though. Just kind
not,
of stays there.
not yet. It doesn't have throwing
Whoop.
ability.
Oh,
Oh.
I can't.
It's not
I
attached
can't
to
wear
me.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
can't
tried
wear
to. I tried to put it on my lapel,
Oh.
aka my shirt, not my lapel. I don't know.
There.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is this is a very distracting application.
Yeah.
Just
Turns us
playing
all
with
into
the
small
hands.
children.
Yeah, the
Oh.
hand. I just doing this and like giving thumbs up every time you say something good or like pointing at Steve. It feels very natural, but at the same time, I'm just like, I just want to point at things. you
Well,
guys.
so what's kind of neat about this app? I'll go ahead and start this game for you guys. This
Oh,
is
this is
a
Oh, thanks.
yeah. It's a
We're gonna
little
play
fish,
dice.
It's a fishing game. It's loading right now. It's
Oh, I've
60%.
seen that in the commercial.
Yeah. And so what's great is the developers of this app are going to enable anyone to write an app on top of this, so you can make your own game, and we can all play it in here.
Ooh.
Grab a rod to get started.
Grab my rod. I don't know what's happening. Start.
So yeah, there's a little.
Follow
there's-
the instructions.
Follow the instructions at the center of the table. Oh no, I lost my. There we go. Okay.
And then what do I do?
I think
Oh,
you
click
click-
to release the bobber in the water.
Yep.
Which is getting interesting.
It's interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You get one?
I think I'm gonna. Oh, hold it. You guys have to hold it. Maybe the line is too high. And the tension. This is too complicated.
You did
I got
it!
an icy tuna.
Congratulations! Yay!
Oh, I got 1 star. That's cool. I mean, sir, this is a family-friendly. What do I do with it now? Leave it on the table? That seems so rude.
Wait, Laura's talking. She says, put your head in the water. So she says, just put your head in the water.
Oh.
Okay, my desk is in the way.
Yeah.
Literally claiming my desk.
Oh no.
It's okay. You're okay.
Well, that's right.
No swear.
Yeah. We tried, Laura. So
It's fun.
yeah.
Can I eat the
No,
tuna?
it was pretty awesome.
I was playing dice earlier, so
Delicious.
that was.
Yeah, I just think
There's a lot of different dice games.
So, what?
They need to have different types of dice so we can play D&D.
Yeah.
How's it in there, Steve?
Come on.
Fishing for Steve.
I don't see. Oh, what a fish!
Yeah, are you ready to?
You guys, there's 4 of them.
Okay.
Nibbling.
For all of us.
There we go. I got one.
There's plenty of fish.
Oh, I think I lost it. Just say.
See? And then after the...
They're nibbling on.
You gotta wait. Game of patience.
Oh, I'm not very patient. Shh, shh. Eat it. Eat it. Oh, Fifer, I think you have one.
So I brought us to a campfire. So if you can see, there's now a fire to the left in the video.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's where we can cook the fish now that we have fish.
Except for a drop line. I just ate it raw.
Oh goodness.
Said it was icy tuna.
Well,
You know, I'm just not a fisherman.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't need this.
I like that. We are such kids. We're like, let's just throw things in the water. It's more fun.
That was the big appeal of Job Simulator.
Yeah.
You could just like throwing stuff.
Okay, so I got rid of
hello.
the app. I cleared this space, and now we're
Guys.
yeah. Fifer, if you want to send us back to Oakland, you can share that one you sent earlier, and we'll put it back up there.
Sure.
I don't know. Did you see the?
Also,
Oh yeah, you can send it. You can share another one. Absolutely.
what do you guys want? Should we do burn? Should we do women's march?
Yeah.
Should we do?
Women more relevant.
It's a little bit more relevant, yes.
Yeah.
I
mean, pretty.
from
Man.
today.
Shit.
Whoa.
What?
Do that. Here we go.
Okay, let's try this. I think I have to do it.
today-
No. All right. Yeah. Did you see this one already, Steve?
Hey, can you see the dice?
There's Fifer down here.
Steve?
I see that.
You see-
There are question marks for me.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.
There we go.
Oh, I gotta see. What are we playing? You have
I
a
don't
little DM screen?
I could DM game, but we'd only have D6s. But also, it would distract from what we were actually specific about. So no.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about Fifer's project for a minute because Fifer, she is the lead. Holding hands. Fifer.
Oh, hello.
Fifer is she's the director of a project that she's the producer. She brought together
There we go.
our mutual friend Troy.
So this is my team.
So Troy is my friend from way back from SFVR, and I'm organizing SFVR.
Can I see?
I'm organizing SFVR 360 events, but Troy has been part of SFVR since before me, for a very long time. And so he's a programmer, and he worked with Fifer to make neurohaxor VR, and Kat's making it big, so we can show you this photo, and Steve is going to put it in front of the camera, or Katherine can do it.
Yeah, that's my team.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and so Steve,
It's the.
if you want to grab that,
Should I grab it?
Yeah, grab it, and then
Nope.
Steve,
My wall's there.
Steve.
That's not what I do.
Steve,
Wait,
can
I
you
can't.
grab it?
I don't think I can.
I don't-
Can I?
yeah, can you grab the image?
The screen.
The screen. Oh, not that.
I can do this.
Okay, you can do that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Yay.
You gotta do it from your little console.
So also there's in addition to why don't you introduce your team, Fifer? I'll let you do it
Sure.
it's also Micah, not me, but the other Micah.
Yeah.
So So this is Micah Zahner, who's our brush artist. Roy Norcross, who is our dev, and now joined by Joe. So we recently got some funding from Oculus to continue this neuroscience education piece, and now we're bringing on both of Game Hearts. So it's Joe and Troy, and this is us just in mixed reality posing inside of the game. After we won, feeling joyous.
That is
How do I
excellent.
make it?
So you're originally at
You
an
can
Oculus.
click on your wrist.
You're originally part of an Oculus thing, right? What was that called? The Oculus.
The launch pad.
Oculus Launchpad, and you won Oculus Launchpad, and that's how you secured your initial funding.
Yes.
Congratulations.
We won. Thank you.
Nice.
Mhm.
So the goal is Oculus is doing this rollout of Rift across public schools, and I was thinking of what sorts of things would I want to be learning if I was in high school. And the big thing that I sort of regret not having education on in high school is neuroscience, and especially with the evolution of this beginning of the evolution of BCIs and dialogue around read-write BCIs in the tech world, mainly Elon Musk's Neuralink and there are other ones as well. But just sort of opening up a dialogue around what we actually want this technology to be developed and how we want it to be developed. And of course, like there are pros and cons, like all technology, and the best way to steer this in the right direction is to open dialogue. So it's a good opportunity to.
So one thing about your project NeuroExplore that unites everybody here is the fact that your app is about education. And so Steve resonated with that, and the message leading up to this dialogue where he was saying, yeah, well how do we connect education with location-based VR arcades, and how do we bring people in from NeuroExplore to education to VR arcades or LBE, location-based entertainment for VR. So Steve, do you have a thought on that topic?
Well, mostly that with, excuse me.
It's very quick to grab hands. Yes, you just go like this. And it's like
so natural.
Yeah.
So one thing about VR, trying to find the exactly VR spot and how we're getting VR to be mainstream, is understanding where exactly is the optimal fit for VR. Everyone on their phones is dropping it into a container, or is everyone at home using it, or is it location based, or is it more than one? And that's something we've been exploring as an industry for quite a long time. And as far as education goes, what we found some success in is more of a location based type of experience. So less so on the and for us at least, the experiences we've been building, then the self-run educational experiences are good, but aren't necessarily VR-centric and strong enough to be mainstreamed. But then what we found is having more of a presenter in the space be able to educate an entire group at once was something that worked really well for us. So we use a Microsoft HoloLens and Apple AR-Kit devices, and had a presenter, which was my 8-year-old son in his classroom, have a HoloLens on with 7 AR-Kit devices out there in a crowd with one iPad and 6 other iPhones, all with AR-Kit synchronized, so my son could educate everyone about VR AR,
and they could
all watch what he's doing.
And this was something that you built, your company built. What is the name of your company?
Right.
That's right.
Across Realities.
Across Realities.
I've actually got some media here that can show a little bit of it for anyone who's seen it.
Great.
And I don't want to spend too much time on the media, but what really found interesting about it is it's going.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah, it's working.
I can resize it.
You can do it.
It's amazing. And there's handles there. And let's see.
See it? Because it's literally in front of my face.
And it's in your face.
I'm gonna. Well, let the. And then I can't.
And then is there a way to hit play?
This is the picture that I've already seen.
Yeah, I've seen this. You've seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't find the actual video, but the whole point of it, almost goes to me. The whole point of this thing, actually, this works here, was in 10 minutes we got 4 8-year-old kids learn about VR and AR and understand it. And prior to that, in order to educate an entire group together, then we'd have to put a VR headset on children one at a time, like 24 kids. It would take a couple hours, and we have to keep cleaning devices, and we also have to wait 5 years till they turn 13. So this just was a very quick way to get understanding what this next level of computing was. So that's something we're focusing on producing at a larger scale.
That's something actually that I saw.
That's right.
So I actually went to an event at Microsoft where they were doing something that combined the HoloLens with the mixed reality at the same times. So you could actually be in a mixed reality headset, and you would see yourself in a VR world. But then people who were in the HoloLens, they could see you from like higher up, like at a different scale. And so you're able to interact. So the people in the HoloLens were able to see the people.
So I think the at Build last year, Microsoft created this awesome volcano experience where the VR people were in this awesome jungle on this island for the island experience, and they were going up to the top of this volcano. Yes, thank you, Steve. Drawing a diagram, and there were clouds in the sky. And if you looked closer, you would notice that the clouds in the sky had faces and were moving around. And those actually the HoloLens people that were at a table, kind of this, a round table, with the island experience in the center, all looking at the island experience in real time, and then being able to manipulate stuff that was happening on that VR floaty island. And just like one of the cool things, because in HoloLens, you can have these objects interact with the physical world. So you have dynamic, but then you can also bring in those worlds into VR, or kind of enter the VR world in a different type of way. So here was like the island that was floating in like all these different elements on the island, like an ice part of the island, and a deserty part and a jungly part, and then you have these people just climbing up to the top. And once they got to the top, they could island's floating. Yeah. This person gets to the top. The key drone.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go.
So if you were wearing mixed reality,
Micah, can you pass a pen?
Yeah.
That's right here.
Sure.
Because I'm just.
Yeah.
I can't do it because my tape's in the
Let me get a new one.
Cool.
That works?
So then these two people, once they get to the top, they could all gather, and then this HoloLens person would be like, "Oh, look, there's two tiny little VR people right next to you," and that was the experience. And Build is it's that Microsoft. It's like Microsoft conference where we tell the community all the cool new things that we are developing, and kind of show them demos and have booths at some expo. And it's happening. It happens every year. It's usually around April or May, March, April.
So
wait,
I think
March, April, May timeframe.
I think Kat already explained this, but basically, if you're wearing a VR headset, you would have been on the island, and if you were in the HoloLens, you would have seen it from above the island. So now this goes back to what Steve was telling us he was doing in across reality, because VR headsets are all the VR and mixed reality headsets have a warning saying it's not for people under 13 or under 12. So what you could do if you have kids is you could, like Steve was doing, is you could have them use the AR kit or the AR core, basically the phone or the tablet, and they could see through the phone and interact with 3D programs that connect to the VR world that way. Is that correct, Steve?
And other options, of course, are the HoloLens if you have $3,000 put on your kid, or
$5,000.
$5,000. $99 mirror, though. Mike, you spend a lot of time with the mirror. Is that correct?
The mirror?
Oh, I hit something.
Yeah, I thought that was you. I thought you spent some time with that. It's where you drop your phone into a little container and shield, and it's
I tried.
Oh, I've used that.
Yeah. I've tried the occipital bridge mixed reality headset, which is where you drop your phone into it, and it has the sensor I/O structure on it, but it's also a headset. So you have a 3-dot controller, like the data controller, and it allows you to control your augmented reality or mixed reality experience with that controller, which is a good step. I'd like to see the HoloLens have a controller as well, and maybe a 6-dot controller, but everyone has a wish list.
Yeah.
Katherine, what's that event where you're doing it that's in May?
It's called Build. The icon for it is /BUILD. I will say, oh, you're doing it. Yeah. Whack.
2 slashes.
Yes. 4 slashes. Yes.
Oh.
And I'm going to post a link to that underneath the.
Is it backwards?
Underneath the video.
If we write something forwards, does it turn back?
Oh yeah.
There we go. I think it's. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've been doing what Fifer was doing was backwards, and I just realized. There we go.
So it reversed.
Whack, whack,
it reversed it for the camera. So
why are you in my way?
Yeah.
What, me?
Yeah. Delete your thing.
Yeah.
What's great about this is that Kat wrote this from her perspective, but the live video automatically reversed it.
Oh, that's a wall.
So yeah.
Ow.
So Microsoft.
So it's that.
Yeah.
Build.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we will share links underneath the video and all the places we post this video. So or links to this event.
Yeah, there's a bunch of I think YouTube videos. If you're learning about mixed reality, there at the Microsoft site, we have something called the MR Academy. And the tutorials that they have on there, one of the is the volcano or the island experience. Volcano, but it's for island. And so if you search down that page, like how to use gaze and touch or gaze and voice for the HoloLens, as well as the new motion controller tutorial about motion controllers for the immersive headset into a Unity. Some of the stuff that my team wrote to the community, what we did last year for Build.
So
You'll learn spatial perception.
So
yeah, they do spatial mapping, spatial understanding.
What are some of the other exciting things that you're working on at Micah? Kat, give you a chance to talk about your work.
Oh yeah, sure. My team's doing.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
All right. If I roll an even, I'll talk about it.
Nice.
Perfect. Good job. Ooh. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna put it back.
I'm sorry, guys. Got it.
you guys do it again.
Wow. Do you want to turn the camera around? So
Oh my gosh, Fifer!
I'm so sorry. I keep clicking. I'm trying to click to go down, but
this is so funny.
okay. Well, I'm just not gonna click it. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't mind me. Don't mind
Wow.
me.
Is this the poster?
Is it?
I think it is.
Pretty sit down.
I did not get that game, but I heard it was it.
Let me sit here.
Yeah, I've been sitting down the whole time, so you guys are standing up.
I've been sitting down too. I perfectly
Okay.
adjust, makes it look like I am actually sitting down at the table and not in the floor.
I'm rotating my swivel chair, so it looks like I'm actually in a chair.
No?
I mean, I've been doing. I'm just so in the know of VR.
So I actually did that on purpose because I wanted to rotate it, so people could see the different sides of this 360 photo. If you want to.
Oh no.
Oh.
We should.
Oh, do you want to grab it
grab
and
it?
show it?
Rotate it.
Can anyone?
Well,
reach
we
it?
can also
Oh, yeah,
grab
sure.
that.
Well, except for the fact that I can't quite get there. Like, that's
Hey,
right.
Steve, do you want to grab
Oh.
the thing and
Wall
show the
is.
people what we're
You
looking
can
at?
also there's one.
Grab
Oh,
that thing.
I'm failing. Help me.
so
No, like, see how Pfeiffer's trying to grab it?
I just-
Physically
that's
grab
my
it.
wall.
Are we
What I was gonna
talking
say-
about the camera?
yeah.
Yeah,
Or I mean-
can you?
Yeah.
We want to show the background.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
There, that's it. Yay, we did it. We can communicate.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh no. I lost
There's
that.
some like what are they called? These are AT-ATs behind me, but I don't know what the
I
time.
call them AT-ATs. What's
People
and
call them
stop.
AT-ATs. It's fine.
Fun of me for calling it that.
I mean, they're AT-ATs. No, yeah, behind us. Those are.
I do call
those are
those
X-Wings.
AT. I do
These
call
are
those
AT-ATs.
ATSTs though.
Yeah, those are
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's an AT-AT, but that's an AT-T.
ST.
Those are X-Wings. You know, you see some stormtroopers, some rebels. I don't see. There's a Star Destroyer. So cool Star Wars stuff for the Star Wars talk that we're supposed to be doing.
Prepared.
Oh,
Totally, yeah.
let's see. What is this?
What's he doing?
This is another. I think this is a gift shop. That's not what I did. Let's go.
Oh.
Oh, Steve, is this where we were? No.
Wait a minute. No.
No.
Let's try-
This. Yeah, Mike. Why don't you tell us about this?
I just found a 360 video. Let's try this. Oh, no, not this one. Let's try this one.
I just found this thing on.
Let's try it.
Looks cool. Dropped it in.
Well, I had searched for Star Wars, so this is actually Disney. Let's see if we can turn
Oh.
turn the
Is it? I don't
or
know.
no,
I think this is Disney World.
Disney
It
World.
must be World.
Let me-
Yeah. These clouds look too ominous to be in Los Angeles.
Let me grab that again. Yeah, turn it. And put it back. Okay. So yeah, so the only thing we can really see is that it looks like a big 18 foot right there on the left. Can we turn the camera a little bit, Cypher? For the
Oh yeah, for sure.
but
What do you
yeah.
want to
Oh.
That
That's
80
foot.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's not in Disneyland.
Oh, we're not at Disneyland?
No, we would have
Yeah.
seen
Okay,
it.
I'm
No.
We're not in Disneyland
Oh,
anymore.
that looks like an Ewok hut. Wait.
Oh, yeah, we're in an Endor recreation.
Yeah, let's see what's this one. Star Wars
And we
Awakens.
are...
That's not Disneyland.
What are we?
Let's see. Let me type in Disney.
I don't know, we're in some sort of cube. This feels weird.
Yeah, the big fuzziness is weird.
Yeah. Just don't worry about me, you guys. Just,
Your V-head setting?
just. I can still see you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is...
My computer is in front of me as well.
What are we looking at?
so this.
This looks like the
I don't know.
cantina.
Yeah, this. I just typed in Star Wars Disney, and this is what came up.
I want the cantina, or was a cantina in LA. I love virtual reality, but Disneyland and other amusement doing like immersive quality experiences years. And so whenever I think of designing for VR, of it from a theater or a Disneyland ride perspective, where you really wanted people's gaze to certain stuff, certain plot points. Everything is entertaining for them. Even the line experience is super fun. So, taking a page out of like Disney's book or whoa, where are we? Or
I don't know. Type in Star Wars.
Is pretty.
It's not.
I think it is.
Star Wars DVR selfie?
Okay, I'm gonna take us to Disney. Oh,
Are we doing that?
Where
Oh, that's not the good one.
this one is.
Where-
In the
This
media.
one is Disneyland.
Oh.
So now we're
With
at
the magnifying glass.
Yes, this is definitely Disneyland. This
Okay, this is.
I'm getting a little
no.
trigger happy with these
Sorry.
Okay.
scene change.
Okay, let's just leave this one for a second. And Fifer,
Alright.
would you rotate the camera on this one?
Oh, no, sorry. It's too far away from me now.
Steve,
Hey,
you wanna
Steve.
start?
Whoa.
Am I doing something?
I'm not.
What do you mean to do?
Can you move the camera?
You gotta grab it.
Can you move the camera? Oops.
I can't get it anymore.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
The teleport option.
I'm sorry, Micah. I think I did it. Like,
What you do?
keep changing it on him. And too. So, I think you can move, Fifer. So that little table in front of you, there's a move option. If you go to
The tools table?
the tools, no. There's this little thing on the table,
Yeah. So if you look.
and
Yeah.
it has media, tools, friends. There's an arrow to the right. If you put that arrow, then it has the move option. So then you can move your.
The other thing is you can reset your. If you hit the menu, you can reset your position. So if you just turn and click reset your position in the Oculus menu, Vive also has that. So you just press the oops.
Oh no!
Oops.
I was just gonna point out how
I put it back.
we're near the Pirates of the Caribbean ride,
Yeah.
but cool part of this. I mean, it's cool. But if you go around Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah.
ride, so behind me and to the left, there's these awesome beignets, great powdered sugar, and for Christmas they do peppermint flavored ones, and they are
I'm gonna check.
one of the best things that I've.
Oh no, did I do something?
No, I rotated it the old-fashioned way. Just we can see different. Yeah. So there's this the Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen at downtown Disney. It's really great for the beignets.
But, like,
I think you're getting
not
farther from your
downtown.
headset, from your microphone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me. Sorry. Let me make sure. Let me reset my position.
Oh, that's way better.
So
Yeah.
So what I was saying was Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen at downtown Disney has really delicious beignets. Is that the one you were talking about?
No, I'm talking about literally in Disneyland. Like if you walk back behind you, Micah, and to the left,
Yeah.
those are where the
Oh, okay.
Delicious.
That must be new.
Mickey
newer.
beignets.
Sorry.
delicious. Mickey's been around for like a while.
Well, it's been a long
Just
time.
not a lot of people knows about it.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's been there for a decade or two, and I just didn't know about it.
You should
I
be able
love
to see
them.
it when you get off the train station in New Orleans Square. Right in front of you.
Oh, so Fifer's calling. Let me invite
No.
her.
Oh no, she's out.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
well she's
she
doing that.
disappeared
I'm gonna
again.
throw some-
Nothing happened.
What?
Fifer's, we're watching a video. We're watching a video.
I'm gonna actually.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
In an action fighter?
We're in a 360 video. Steve,
No,
turn.
we're
Yeah.
not.
Yes, it's a video. See?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I
not
can
for me.
see that I'm not. I
Yeah.
sound insane.
You know what's going on?
People at home.
No one sees anything.
No.
Let's take some scans.
No.
People at home
Hey,
can.
watching. Do you see the
Why don't you jump
360
in
video?
3, 2,
Oh.
1.
There's only one
Wow.
person watching.
I can see
Light
it.
speed.
No. So that sticker, yeah, that's perfect direction. Just leave it. Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
I don't see anything. Can you restart the
So
video, Steve?
what I'm saying is this will actually show up in the final video. So you watch it afterwards. And also,
But I don't want to watch it afterwards.
you want to watch it now.
Oh,
Steve,
wait,
start it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Okay, let's do it again. Boom. There
It's
we
just
go.
blue for me.
Is it?
Okay.
Piper, are you just seeing blue?
Blue.
Okay,
Thank you.
maybe if I share
You
it.
don't have the
Because I'm the host, maybe if it'll. Can you see it now?
No.
Nope.
Are you please see my PC?
Got a 1080, Steve.
Yeah, I got 1080 also, Steve. Trying to insult my heart.
No, but you turn off the.
I mean, I can hear it, but I can't see it.
needs to know about.
It's so
Hold on.
cool.
Hold on. I'm stopping the video.
Okay.
What is it called, Steve? Where did you find that?
Oh, you have it.
Yeah. What is it
Finding
called? I know, but what is it called?
It's Star Wars. It's from.
Maybe if you play it, maybe if you put it in the center.
Yeah, why don't you play
it'll work
it?
for you if you do it.
We have confirmation. Did
Nope.
Yelvin
Nothing?
receive?
Here. Can someone pause it? Because it's an distraction.
Okay.
Because I'm fun
Well, I think you played it.
typing.
So.
Okay.
Oh, I can't. Oh my
I mean, you
gosh.
should be able to.
Typing on this is the worst.
I'm good. Let me try another one.
A-R-W-A-S.
I've got another one here.
You want him to try the other one, or
Drop it in.
see what happens? I can see it.
Hey, this one I've got.
We can all see this one.
Yeah, except for
Sorry.
Jacob's
Very
not.
surprised.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead and start it again.
I'm sorry. I did that. That was my bad.
So where are we, guys? You know this location? Jakku.
We're on Jakku. This is the
Yep.
new movie.
This is up to 7.
Oh, what are we in?
We're in a race speeder, or is this just a
No, this isn't
Do you,
race
do you,
shooting.
tell?
do you want to rotate the camera so the folks at home can get a perspective? Yeah. So what are we looking at?
Here we go. That is a huge Star Destroyer. We're
Yeah.
under.
Oh yeah. It was
And something, some Star Wars, The Force. Oh wait. Yeah.
Oh, it's just gonna return playing.
and it's playing
Yep.
again. I want to say that we were like on a that was supposed to be the Millennium Falcon, but it's not the Millennium.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sitting
yeah.
on
I
the
said
ground,
I
that
said
looks-
it. I said it was not. Dang it! I stuck my head in. I can't get it away from me. Get away!
I'm gonna try this one again.
Okay.
Now that we changed the video, let's see if I do this.
Nope. Yeah. What?
Wait, mine.
I see.
Mine
I
looks
see
like
just
the Facebook logo, like you used to have.
Yeah, I just
Maybe only 2 people can see it at the same
Well,
time.
all 4 of us Star Wars. Star Wars one.
Now I hear
Well,
it.
maybe
The cat needs
this video only 2 at the same time.
Oh, well, it could be because it's a larger video. It just takes longer to load. Like maybe because this one that video seems like it was slow. So.
Wait. I'm gonna have to clear all this other stuff.
Environment. Ooh, that's gotta be.
Yeah.
Like clear,
No.
clear.
Yeah, everything you can. That actually does affect the performance of Facebook.
No.
No.
Viper is.
By the way,
No,
what
it's
are we
fine.
supposed to talk about?
I don't have to. Fifer left.
I think
She's like,
she's.
screw this.
It's a network.
She was done with
It's
us.
a network connection issue, I think.
I have a hard line with like 500 up and like 700 down. I don't think it's my connection.
Okay. I don't think it's your connection though.
Seattle has great internet, you guys.
I
I'm
really
sure it does. You have such great companies up there. That's not sarcasm.
Just put this in the center.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, what time is
Oh.
it? Oh, it's almost 6 o'clock, you guys.
All right. Well, let's each promote something, and so Steve, why don't you promote Across Realities, and when Fifer gets out,
Oh.
we'll have her promote Neurosport, and we'll wrap it up.
Oh, sure.
We're each gonna take turns.
well, we're working on VR and AR experiences with Cross Realities.
Coming in the next
Oh, there she is.
30 days,
Hey, Piper.
but just
So we're each gonna do we're wrapping it up, and we're each gonna do like a little promotion. So Steve is gonna promote.
Cool, sounds good.
He's so acrossrealities.com.
AcrossXR.com,
What?
actually.
Say it again.
Yes, acrossXR.com.
Okay.
We're working on shared reality and augmented reality experiences and just stay tuned to announce in the next 30 days.
Okay. Do you want to do a promo, Kat?
Yeah. I guess. Microsoft has a bunch of new headsets that are out, so the Microsoft Store and try the plethora of devices. As if you want to learn more about that island experience or like HoloLens and the immersive headsets, you can, I don't know, search Microsoft and look at RDK, the Mixed Reality Toolkit on GitHub, and start learning how to develop awesome experiences.
Great. Great. And we're going to flip it around for Fifer to do a promo. So Fifer, what's the product you want to talk about?
Yes. So, we're working on NeuroXplorer VR with Oculus now. This is a neuroscience education experience. Will help democratize the videos around BCIs. Nice goggles. We'll also have a fun, trippy art piece coming out with Google Jump Camera.
Oh, nice.
It'll be lots of fun.
What will be like the jump camera, like the
Also,
experience, the location.
Behind the scenes piece from that. Yeah, so it's a hard art piece. But hold on, let's see if I can get a BTS. We shot it up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and all right, almost there. Here we go. Here's one. This one's sort of funny. All right, how do I grab the handles?
Grab the thing, and on your watch, on your arm, it should have a resize button, and then there's these two like white handles show up.
Handles,
Yeah.
something like that. Here, I'll pass it to you. This is the forest scene at the end.
Resize. Oh yeah, I saw this.
This
I saw Fifer post this on Facebook.
Most of the scenes are shot.
Whoa, what is that?
Oh, Fifer, do you want to turn the camera around?
That was great.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
This is the final. This is the climax of the experience. It's based on the Tower of Babel story from the Bible, also sort of from Snow Crush.
Hey, great.
And this is the climax where are come together in this forest scene of exotic revelries.
very nice.
So most of the scenes are shot against a blue screen. And we're gonna have these different CD. Yeah, I'll put a picture of that too. Micah?
I know. Actually, can anyone put the table back? We don't know.
I don't have a. No, it's there. It's
just invisible.
That's like.
Whoa.
Oh, I got it. Can you see the table?
One more.
Oh.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Here's another one.
Did I disappear?
You can disappear.
Do that,
You can make yourself invisible. Actually, it's called ghost mode. If you click the ghost on your
Oh, I see.
on your wrist, you can I made myself disappear, so nobody can see me right now.
I was out of the experience. I think I hit the pause button.
Oh yeah, okay, then you left.
Oh.
So if you look right wrist, you have you see a little Pac-Man ghost on your right wrist. That's how you can make your avatar invisible for a minute.
Oh, that way. Can you
Yeah, I
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Okay.
How do you?
Cool.
Hello.
No, I was just ghosted.
All right, you guys. Balance.
Okay. I just want to say.
Here's the last one in the blue screen.
So organizing at San Francisco Virtual Reality 360, SFVR360.com. I'm also at SFVR.net, and I'm also doing news at Silicon Valley Global News, SVGN.io, and I'm doing podcasts on neuroscience. You can find those at VRMA.io, and that's my plug. Thank you very much, Kat, for coming. Oops, shake your hand. Thank you very much, Steve, for coming.
Yep.
Do you want to shake his hand, Kat? Okay. There we
Very
go.
good.
High five.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
High five.
High five to Fifer.
There we go.
Want to do a high five real quick, Fifer?
High five.
Nice.
And over here. High
Okay.
five. Didn't work, but
Mike,
try again.
get some force feedback.
Yay!
It's kind of weird when all of a sudden the arms check more than you think is possible.
Oh, wow. Wait, okay, Steve, you want to go for that again?
All right.
Oh, there's no
I don't know
feedback.
actually how to other than like jump in a headset.
Press leave. It's on the left. Accidentally did it one time.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. Okay. Well, thanks everybody if you were watching tonight, and
Nice hanging
bye
with you as
guys.
usual.
Bye.
Yeah.
Coming to G.
I have a lot of work to do. But
All right.
so,
All right. Good luck.
yeah, we'll see. Maybe cross my fingers.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Micah.
Yeah. Welcome. Bye.
Lovely meeting you as usual.
Likewise.
Meeting
Oh, can you guys press stop on the video? Steve, can you reach the video and press stop?
I can do it.
Anyone who can reach it.
Oh, I can't do it. You gotta do it.
It's you,
Oh, can you pass it to
Micah.
me?
You gotta grab it.
Very much. Okay.
Can I hold it while you?